What up, everyone? It's your boy Don Vic. Welcome everyone to Wednesday Night Show. And you already know, baby, we in the building. Y'all know the vibes, baby. Y'all know the vibes, okay? We here. So, woo boy, today we got a great guest coming on the show. I can't wait to have him on the show, I'll tell you. He was here last year. He's been on my show before. He was here last year. Now he's back again for an update. Boy, let me tell you, my brother Asif Akbar, film director, is doing some amazing projects, putting out some amazing films. Like, for example, MR9, Do or Die, with actor Michael J. White, Frank Grizzo. Big shout out to Frank Grizzo, and also ABM Suman. So that's a film that they're working on, or it's to come out yet. I don't know. We're gonna find out exactly. And also, folks, stay tuned, because what's up, Brandon? Mad love, baby. Big shout out to my man Brandon Crody, his whole team. You know what I'm saying? You already know the vibes, okay? So, and all the viewers that are watching YouTube, Facebook, you're everybody, okay? So, Asif Akbar is a film director, great director. Also helped film Boneyard. I seen some of the commercials on Boneyard with Mel Gibson and 50 Cent. And my brother Asif Akbar is directing this film. I can't wait, boy. 50 Cent, Mel Gibson, boy, two of the highest superstars there is. What's up, Matt? My bro. The paranormals is closing in right now. What's up? Man, thank you, man. You're awesome, man. Love you, bro. Love my P3 family. Y'all know the vibes. Parapost Network. You know what I'm saying? You can find my man Brandon Crody too on Twitter. He's a Twitter guy. Okay. So we're definitely going to have Asif Akbar come on the show and talk about his latest films. I just told you a few. MR9, Do or Die, with Michael J. White, plays in that movie. Frank Grizzo also plays in that movie as Raymond Ross. And also ABM Suman also plays in this film, along other actors. Can't wait for MR Do or Die. I want to see that film. And the latest one, Boneyard, with Mel Gibson and 50 Cent. Can't wait to talk about that, boy. You feel me? So I can't wait for him to come aboard. I sent him the link, just waiting on him to log in so we can start the show. Y'all know the vibes. Thank you, brother. You already know, man. Love you, man. Love you. Tell the team I said, what up? All right. And for all my YouTube watchers, man, thank you so much for the love. I appreciate you guys for tuning in and watching the show as well. My Parapost family, you already know, you know what I'm saying? Big shout out to you guys as well. Boy, how about them Celtics? Boy, was I so happy that day, boy. I didn't know. We started off so well, right? We started off so good with the game. Yes, it's huge. Mel Gibson, 50 Cent, come on. Can't get no huger than that. You feel me, Brandon? So these are the type of guests that I have on my show that are doing great films, you know, and it's amazing. I'm gonna see if Akbar can give me some tickets. Can I get some tickets, bro? Oh boy, I definitely can't wait for that film to come out. I believe I've seen some previews on that film, so I really can't wait. Liz, my girl Liz, what's up, baby? Big shout out to the UK. You heard? To the UK, London, what's up? Scotland, what's up? Australia, what's up? Colombia, what's up? Jamaica, what's up, baby? I'm feeling the vibe today, boy. I'm excited. You know? I'm excited. Woo, boy. Big shout out to Mark Lee, man. Mark Lee and his crew. You know, Barbara, Sean, man, those guys are awesome. You know, and Matt as well. Check out their show, man. You know, my man David Lavardi. You know, I mean, is it Brian Lavardi? Larity. Larity. Brian Larity. Big shout out to him, man. The whole paranormal family, man. You guys are doing a phenomenal job. Big shout out to my man Anthony Cabello. Cabellos. Cabellos. Big shout out to them. Also, big shout out to my man Jonathan Montez. Jonathan Montez out of Florida, actor. And my man Jesus Maldonado as well. Big shout out to him. You know, so, you know, I don't know if you guys been watching the news, but Florida's going down. You know what I'm saying? Ain't got no workers. Everybody have left the construction sites. The food stands, you know, farms, you know, all the immigrants say, man, we out of here. So right now, Florida ain't got no workers, man. Y'all need a job, you can go out to Florida. But this governor, oh boy, governor in Florida is really trying to get hurt, man. You know, trying to tell the Puerto Ricans that they can't ride around in Florida with their Puerto Rican flags. Now, let me tell you, you can tell a Puerto Rican anything, but not to flag is flag. Oh boy, you asking for problems. Them boys are gonna wrap their cars up and walk and drive all through Florida with the Puerto Rican flag. Listen, we're proud of our flag. We're proud of our island and our people. You're picking the wrong people to mess with. I'm trying to tell you something. All right, they're gonna bring the heat. You know, I don't know what's going on with these politicians, man. They losing their mind. Forget about the president. I don't know what's wrong with our president. He's like a clone or robot. Like that dude be. I should run for president. If Biden is president, I definitely should run for president. Okay. Okay. Who votes for me for president? I do. No more taxes. No more taxes. If I be president. Okay. No more taxes. Everybody's wages will go up. You know what I mean? Definitely. Okay. And we'll definitely deal with all borders, you know. See, the one thing is this, guys. You know, I get it. We're overpopulated here in America. I get it. But we're not just overpopulated by Latino people. We're not overpopulated by Mexicans and you know, they're not the only one crossing the borders. Okay, what about the Russians that come across the border that nobody talks about? What about the Ukrainians that come across the border? Nobody talks about that. What about the Chinese and Vietnamese people that come over the border and nobody talks about that? But yet they want to talk about the Mexicans and every other Latin American that's trying to cross over. And I get it. But if you're going to point the fingers at one nationality, then point the fingers of the rest of the nationality. Okay? Because they're not the only ones coming into this country. There's plenty of more that they're not talking about. You know what I'm saying? They're just showing the cameras on the Latinos, which is, you know, racist, if you ask me. You feel me? I'm with stopping people coming to America. I'm with that. You know, because we are overpopulated. But we need to work with each other. See how we can help help our brothers and sisters. You know what I'm saying? Because think Mexico is part of America. You know what I'm saying? Texas is Mexico. Okay, for those that y'all didn't know, Texas is actually Mexico. They just took over it, took that part and called it Texas and put a big border so the Mexicans couldn't come over. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. Let's talk facts here. Okay, so before you point the finger at the Mexicans that are already here in America, let's talk about the other people that are not from this country. Okay. Anyway, what's up, Anthony? You in the building? What's up, baby boy? Thank you for logging in, man. Appreciate you, man. So, you know, I ain't been to the movies in a long, long time, folks. I can't remember the last time I bought a ticket to go watch a movie. But I'm gonna tell you what, this Boneyard with Mel Gibson and 50 Cent, oh boy, I'm buying all the tickets I can buy. Okay, I'm going to support that film. Okay, not just that film, but we got MR9 Do or Die 2 with Michael J. White, and we got Frank Grissom on it. Come on, baby boy. So anyway, before I get excited, stop breaking everything in here, I'm gonna bring my guest that's on my panel right now. Okay, so folks, please welcome Asif Akbar, film director Asif Akbar, to the show. Oh boy, can't wait to talk to my brother, see what he got going on. What's up, brother?
Hey, how you doing, Victor? How you doing, brother?
I don't know, man. I ain't doing better than you, but I'm living.
We're both living there. Well, I'm glad to be back. Thank you for having me back again on this show. It's always a pleasure.
Yes, likewise. It's always a pleasure to have you here. It's been a while. It's been like a year now, huh?
Yeah, man, and it's been a good year. I can't complain. Been blessed and been busy, and making a lot of movies.
I see. I see you making a whole lot of movies.
Yeah, they keep coming, and I keep making them, and gotta say I'm blessed.
Right. Last time you was on the show, you was working on what's it, Commando or
Yeah, I believe Commando was just coming out at that time, and I was actually shooting. I think I had just wrapped Mojave Diamonds at that time, and then I was getting ready to shoot this other film with Terrence Howard and Cuba Gooding Jr. called Skeletons in the Closet. That's been also completed and delivered now. And then from there, I went into doing MR9, and then it's just been coming since then. And then Boneyard just wrapped up recently now as well. So that says in post as well right now.
Man, your your films your films are something else. I see. I mean, those I looked at. What is it, Mojave Diamonds?
Mojave Diamonds, yes, that just came out yesterday.
Okay. Wow. So that's in theaters now.
That's on DVD and digital and VOD right now, and then I'm sure it'll be coming out on some streamers in a few months. But it's one of those throwback action movies like that we've all been watching as we were little. Growing up watching those 80s, 90s action films. That was kind of like the point of kind of paying homage to a lot of those films that I grew up watching when I was younger and kind of inspired me. So it's one of those just straightforward, entertaining action films with guys going out getting revenge, kind of like modern day western. What I'm going for, and at the end of the day, it was a fun film. We had fun making it. So far, the feedback I've been getting, people are having fun watching it. So it was just one of those films. It's not one of those that we were expecting to win Oscars for. To really make it anything other than just a full entertaining ride. So that's how we went into making it, and that's how I hope the audience goes into watching it without any big expectations of, oh, the acting has to be perfect and this. It's not about that. It's more about just kind of seeing these UFC fighters who are real life fighters and heroes. We had a lot of veterans involved as well, to where we just see these guys go out and kick ass for 90 minutes and have fun.
Oh man, that's great. I admire you because you started at a young age, and you've been successful. You surrounded yourself around amazing people, amazing actors, and you've been making great films. Um, I think I saw the Boneyard on TV, or was it somewhere? Is the are they showing previews of that? Because I thought I saw 50 Cent
Um,
like in
there
some.
there was news about it. I don't. Yeah, we didn't have any actual official footage or pictures released from the movie yet.
Okay,
But I do know like the Hollywood Reporter, Deadline, and some other media outlets have been doing news on it.
okay, that's where I thought I saw it.
Especially with the high-profile actors we have, and then Lionsgate is doing the distribution sales on the film, so it's been getting a lot of press and news. So I think what you may have seen or just kind of news clips of like the announcements of the cast and all of that.
Right. So my friend Brandon wants to know. He says, movies you already done. Can we see them? And are you independent?
Uh, to answer the question about independent, yes, I am an independent filmmaker. Although a lot of my films have been released by studios, and Boneyard is an independent film, but it's also coming out by Lionsgate, which is a studio, and it's a studio release. Same thing like Mojave Diamonds, it's being released by Lionsgate through Grindstone, and so I make the films independently, and then they get distributed out worldwide by different distributors and studios. And to answer your other question, part of that, my movies that are already done can be really found anywhere you can find movies, especially online, digital, DVDs. If you go on my IMDb, that usually has updates on what's been out and what's coming out, or, what stage each production's in. Mojave Diamonds that just came out yesterday. That's available wherever you can get DVDs. Amazon is usually pretty, easy and quick to find. You can type in usually the title of the movie and just
Right.
Google where to watch, Mojave Diamonds or where to watch The Commando, and there's plenty of sites out there that'll kind of guide you to the source.
Okay. What's Mohammed Diamonds about? Can you talk about that?
Yeah, absolutely. So basically, it's like I said, it's a straightforward action movie. It's about Cowboy Cerrone's character, Roy, who is an on the road trucker, and also he's a fighter by heart. So, he goes into these underground illegal fight tournaments. And in the beginning of the film, we actually open with uh, his two other brothers. So it's a story about three brothers. And so the older brother, played by Chael Sonnen, um, him and Cowboy, the two brothers are kind of distant. They're estranged brothers. They don't have that great of a relationship. So we kind of open with establishing that with dialogue between the two brothers. Then we see Cowboy Cerrone, going into this fight, and he ends up losing because he gets too cocky and loses focus. So he ends up losing that fight and ends up losing a lot of money for the mobster that was betting on the fight, which is played by Rampage Jackson. So you can see where the conflict's coming, and then Rampage gives him an ultimatum. I don't want to spoil too much, but
Yeah.
he
Yes.
shows
Yes. Yeah.
he shows
Yeah.
Cowboy that he means business, and then he puts Cowboy in the spot to now repay him by delivering $50 million worth of diamonds over the
Ooh.
border. Since he's a trucker, and he's a professional driver, he uses him to send him off on this journey to transport illegal diamonds. And um, he also makes him take one of his brothers as collateral, and puts the brother's family as up as collateral. And you can kind of guess what happens then. Things go wrong, and now all of a sudden, um, the three brothers have to come together to fight for their lives and to save their family and kill the bad guys. So all hell
Wow.
breaks loose after that.
I I gotta. I'm right after the show. I'm gonna start watching some of these movies here. Okay. So,
Absolutely,
um,
and yeah, you definitely should.
yeah. So, MR9, Do or Die. You have Michael J. White, Frank Grillo,
Frank Grillo,
on,
yes.
in this film, and this is an action movie.
Yeah, it's actually an international spy action thriller based off of the Masud Rana book series out of Bangladesh, which is one of the most popular book series in the world. It's been around since 1964, and they have over 500 books in the series. And there was a film made called Masud Rana based on the character back in 1974. And, since then, we're the first ones to acquire the rights to adapt the film. And I've been working on it since 2018. The script had a lot of polishes. We went through a lot of development and pre-production, and then we finally were able to shoot the film last year after the pandemics and all that. And then now it's in the post stages. There's a lot of VFX work. It's a big action movie, so we've been kind of taking time in the post to get it right, and we're expected to now come out in theaters worldwide end of the summer in end of August. So we'll be having some date announcements and some exciting stuff coming up on that.
Right. Um, you also did another film called Outlaw Johnny Black with Michael J. White. That comes out in September.
Yeah, so that's a film that was directed by Michael J. White and produced by him and written by him. I wasn't really involved in that, in the making of it, but
Okay.
the only thing I guess you could say I was involved in was, I had a personal screening by Michael at his house with a small group of people last year, around when he was still, finishing it up, and got to see it. A great movie, by the way. It's actually, I think, one of Michael's best. Very entertaining, and it has a good message. It's different from what he's been doing. So that's a fun movie coming out. I'm excited for Michael and excited to see how the audience receives that one, because it is a unique film. And I think and it deserves to be seen in theaters. I think that's coming out in theaters by Samuel Golden in September. So I would definitely check that out if you guys can.
Hmm. So, how is Michael in person? Is he laid back? Is he a laid back guy?
Yeah, he's great. I mean, he's a legend in his own right. He's been around, and he's a great martial artist, great actor. Actually, people don't really know
Yes.
much about
Yes.
his range of being an actor. He can
Yes.
sing and dance, do comedy, and kick ass and cry,
Right.
all of that stuff, and people don't really realize that. They just see him fighting.
Right.
But if you watch the Commando, which he was in there with Mickey Rourke, we shot that back in 2020, October of 2020. It came out last year, and that film actually performed really well. It had a #1 rating on Hulu. It had a theatrical release. It did really well worldwide. It was on many airlines. And people have seen it and have appreciated Michael's performance, because in that film, it kind of looks like an action film going into it, but
Yeah.
once you watch the film, you can really see the range of Michael's performance as an actor. I mean, he plays this, PTSD suffering, father and husband, and so we show how the family deals with victims of PTSD at home,
Right.
along with their own battles, and then this outside threat of these bad guys coming in to threaten your family, how you can kind of turn that switch off and prioritize and saving your family and kind of getting over that that battle with PTSD. That's kind of what the film was about, and Michael was perfect for it. He was our #1 choice for the um, character, and right away he read the script, he connected with it, we got it made, and I'm proud of that film too. A lot of people don't realize that it's more of a thriller, psychological thriller action, rather than just a full-on action film. So if you can go into watching that film with an open mind, I think you'll get it, and people seem to have enjoyed it.
Right. I'm definitely going to watch it. I'm a big fan of Michael's. He just don't know it,
Oh
but
yeah, if
but
you're a
I'm a
big
big
fan of
fan.
Michael's, you gotta check it out. Yeah, that's
Yes.
I would say it's one of his better films, when it comes to non-action films.
Right. So did you Boneyard? You directed that? Did you direct that? Did you blah blah blah? Did you direct that film Boneyard?
Yes, so Boneyard, I was one of the producers, one of the writers, and also the director. Um, and that's a film that my partner, producing partner Vincent McDaniel, and writing partner, we've been working on since 2017, 18, I think it was. And so it was all about the timing. We got the right cast we were looking for, and then the timing of it all with the subject matter and everything. It just worked out, and we were finally able to just get it made.
Wow. You know, when I saw that on your page, I said Mel Gibson, 50 Cent. I said Mr. Akbar's doing his damn thing.
Yeah, no, that's a great, unique cast combination, and they both did fantastic. I mean, the movie so far, from what I'm seeing, came out better than I expected, and so that's something I'm very proud of and excited to share with the audience.
Right, right. Who came up with the name Boneyard?
That was always kind of there. I think it was Vincent, my partner Vincent. He he's from New Mexico, and it's based on a serial killer case out of West Mesa, New Mexico, near Albuquerque. And so that area where they found the remains of the victims was the boneyard of the serial killer that was named the Bone Collector. So it's loosely, inspired by true events, even though we took a lot of creative and theatrical licensing to kind of tell our own story. It's still, based on that overall true crime case.
Mm, wow, it, so what film are you working on today? Like right now? Like are you working or you're just laying back trying to see what's going on with these films?
Um,
Or are you active right now with filming something else?
no, I'm always active in some different phases of different films. Right now, I'm focusing more on the post production of both Boneyard and also finishing up MR9 as that deadline's coming up. So, I've been doing so many films one after another the last couple of years that it's always been kind of you know, uh, um, getting ready for the next one as I'm finishing up the last one, and sometimes even, uh, filming a current one as I'm finishing up the last one and getting ready for the next. So it's been kind of overlapping with different projects. And, right now, though, I have a little bit of a break on going into the next one because I'm kind of laying back to pick and choose the right one, and I wanted to also kind of focus on the post production of both Boneyard and MR9 because those two are like probably the biggest in my career so far, and the most personal and closest to me. So I definitely want to make sure I can wrap those up well, and then I have a few other films coming out, but I have some very exciting projects on the table that I'm looking at, and hopefully in the fall I'll be getting back to it and getting into production.
I can't I can't wait because you're amazing, and what I love about you, you're laid back. You're so humble. I need some of that
Oh,
humbleness.
thank you, thank you, thank you.
Send some over to me. EPS me some of that humbleness, okay? So, okay. So, how do you take time? Because you're a busy guy. How do you take time to deal with everything that you're doing and your family? Like, how do you make
That's a
time
good
for that?
question. I mean, that's the biggest challenge right there. But it's about balancing out the time. I don't really sleep much, I guess you could
Okay.
say, and I just I have a 3-year-old daughter as well, so
Yes.
that could be a handful. But my wife's been great. She's the best at being able to maintain the home front and kind of doing her full time job of
Yeah.
taking care of our daughter and the home and other
Yeah.
things that kind of allow me to focus a little bit more on the job I have to do, and it all goes in phases as well. I get super busy when I'm in production and I'm shooting every day, and we have come up with routine and workflow, and being able to kind of balance it out. And my wife's a true life partner that's helping me take care of some of that load at home. But I've learned to kind of ease back a little bit from some of the work stress, being
Oh,
24/7. As you know, being a filmmaker, it's a 24/7 job. But I've gotten to now be able to balance it more and more as I've been going through more projects. And also with my daughter growing up, she's changing every day, every week to a new person. So it's about just kind of finding the balance and adapting every day on what I
right.
have to do. But like right now, with me focusing a little bit more on just the post production and some development work where I don't have to be gone too much or gone, for long periods of times every day on production, being on set. So that
Right.
helps. It's just when I'm shooting a film, that's when I don't really get to see my family that much. But we're kind of balancing it all out as time goes.
Right. Right. And she knows she coming home with the ching. Here, babe. Here's the jack. Put that away.
Well, then, and
So
also, it's one of those things where we're in a career um, in this industry where it's there's a time frame, and there's always
yes.
a ticking time clock behind us, kind of like being an athlete. When
Right.
it's your time, and you have to be able to embrace it, and be blessed with it, and keep going and work. It's about working hard, like
Yeah.
making a movie is not all easy and
No, it's
glitz and
not.
glamour like a lot of people think. It really takes a lot of sacrifice, a lot of hard work and dedication and patience.
Patience. Definitely
Took
patience.
me years. I mean, I'm a young guy, but I started really young, and I'm going on doing this for almost 20 years now. And it takes a time. Patience is definitely a virtue in this business, and hard work prevails. And so, hopefully, I can keep it going until they say no more from a CFAC bar. So
And
I
I
know my
doubt that.
my days are you know you know counting down. So we'll see how long we can keep going.
No, you're great. You're gonna have work. You're gonna have a lot of work.
Thank you.
You got a lot of people to co-sign for you. As far as projects going and directing and filming. I don't
Yeah,
see you.
yeah. I'm blessed to be able to have a team. Um, around me that's also very supportive, and we've come up together. And most of the films I do has a lot of the same core group of people involved with me, and that's the best thing being in this business and working on films and making movies together with people you can kind of start to trust and call yourself, a film family together, and have that bond to be able to have that collaborative process.
Right.
I think filmmaking is probably the most collaborative art form. Everything else, you can kind of, not have to rely on people, but in this, I have to be able to rely on the people around me, and I can say I'm blessed to have some very, very, professional and great people.
Right. Right. Is there and the work that you got coming? Is there any Western movie? I love Western movies. I love Western movie. Have you done Western in the past?
Full on Western, no, but I have had actually opportunities to, almost do them, and I actually have a couple on the table that are considered, full on Westerns, but um, not necessarily. I mean, Mojave Diamonds was kind of like a modern Western, we were going for, but as like a classic Western, no, but I'm excited to hopefully do one in the future. I've been lucky to be able to do a lot of genres. Most genres that are popular, but westerns are definitely one of the ones on the bucket list.
I know you do a great job, and I know you're gonna pull in some great actors for this one. you
Yeah,
know,
yeah, no, that's the thing. I would like to keep elevating up. Definitely, the kind of talent I've been working with, and even more. I have definitely a list of wish list of bucket list actors that I would definitely love to work with, and that's what it's about, is knowing um, who's right for each film and the characters, and then it's a package deal. You have to have all
right,
the elements fit in for the distribution, for the financing, for the film itself and the script, and then ultimately we get who's the best for the film, and I can only present my wish list, but whoever I end up getting will be determined by all the different factors that come into play in getting a movie made.
right,
But so far, I've been doing pretty well with getting the actors that I want for my
right,
films. And there's a lot of elements and factors that I have to line up. It's like putting a puzzle piece together, and all the puzzle pieces have to match up to get the
right,
full picture.
right.
So we'll see, but we do definitely have some exciting projects on the table that I can't really talk about much more right
Yeah,
now, but
I get it.
I'll definitely keep you guys posted on it.
Yes, yeah, we need to keep posted. So, whose choice was it to get Mel Gibson and 50 Cent for the movie Boneyard? Was that your choice, or was it someone else's
Well,
choice
we
to say, "Hey,
started with Mel Gibson. Yeah, the Mel Gibson part was like, I always kind of saw Mel playing the character, of Agent Petrovic, which is the lead FBI
actor"?
special agent, and I always just saw Mel in that role, and so um, recently I had read a couple scripts that Mel had done in the past year, and when I read this script, I kind of saw that it was actually very appropriate for him, and even probably better than some of the material I've seen him do recently. So I just went for it and told my partner, say, what do you think about Mel Gibson? And we've worked with his agency before, so I just went, and it took a lot of patience, took some time to get it through to him and get him to read it. And once he did, he liked the script, obviously, and we went forward, and we had a lot of things had to match up and line up to make it happen. It took a few months, and then actually his agency suggested 50 for that role. I originally didn't even think about 50 or see him in that role, and then once they mentioned him, um, I started seeing it differently, and it actually worked very well. It was perfect casting, and the rest is history. But when I go into a film, I try to keep an open mind and be adaptive to what comes our way. And I had a whole different image for the chief Carter role, but once 50 came into play and we were in conversations, I started seeing more and more of 50 being the chief, and he delivered 100%, and it was a very unique combination, and I think it worked out for the best at the end.
So if it okay, I like this. So Mel Gibson was the choice. Who else did you have in mind besides 50 to play that other role that 50's playing? Who
There
did
were a
you?
few. Actually, we've had talks with few actors and stuff. I don't think I can really share that right now, but
Okay, that's
um,
fine.
definitely, it was all kinds. There was actually, I think, three or four different actors that we actually had offers out to and even talked to, and just
Okay,
again, many things didn't line up, and
right.
timing and scheduling, and just a lot of things just didn't align. But with 50, once we had Mel and we were dealing with the same agency, and 50 loved the material himself, and
Oh,
him and
okay.
I had a call, and we clicked really well. So it just all kind of worked up to where now I can't even, to be honest with you, think of the four names off the top of my head right now because I'm so, you know, uh, embedded with 50 being the characters. So,
Right.
yeah, it worked out for the best at the end.
That's great. I just did a movie like a month ago out in Las Vegas. It's a horror
Oh,
horror comedy film, and I bumped into Tom Arnold. It.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
He played in the film that I played in. So did
I think you guys
Bailey.
were filming close to around where we were. I mean, we were filming. We just wrapped about a month and a half ago in Vegas. We shot Boneyard in Vegas as well. And
Wow.
I heard about that. I heard Arnold was in town for a movie, and so I think
Yeah,
that may have been the one.
yes, it's called Desert Fiends. So
Yes, Desert Fiends. Yeah, yeah. I
yeah,
know a couple of
right,
people that was involved in it.
right. So I played in that and met Arnold for the first time. And mind you, right? I see that I was a kid watching this guy
Hmm.
do movies and comedy, and I'm like, I must have been like 15, 13. I'm like, wow, man, this guy's really funny. What are the
Right.
chances that I would ever meet this guy? You
Or
know,
even work with them.
but to actually work with him and Bailing and what's the other guy? There was like several main actors in this film. There was like 7 to 8,
I
big
think
actors.
um what's that? William McNamara was on that movie too. I think, right?
Yeah, I
My
think he
friend, he's
was.
actually in Mojave Diamonds as well. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think Robert Lozado was in it as well.
Okay. Yeah, I've worked with Robert on a film years ago. Years ago, it was a Dolph
Yeah,
Lundgren movie.
yeah. Robert was in it, and so was what's what's her name? Lady in Red. Um,
Mm.
that played with Mel. I think in that movie was it Mel Gibson? She played with Lady in Red. What's her name? I can't think of it. But anyway,
Yeah.
her brother was also playing in this film. Um,
Okay.
actually was with Brent Gaskin, which is my friend here. Brent Gaskin's also doing a film with him. I just can't remember his name. But so when is um Boneyard going to be released?
So I'm told sometime um, at top of 2024. So still, some time
2024.
away. Yeah, but less than a year away for sure. I think it's going to be like around spring 2024, and
Do
that's coming
you
out through line.
okay? Do you help out with the editing or sound,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
composing, the compose?
Actually, um, yeah. I'm very much involved, hands on, with the post production side as well, with the
Okay,
editing and delivery, everything. So, um, yeah, it's actually being done through the Film Post here in Vegas, which is one of my companies as well, and we've done several post out of there with several of my films. So it's kind of like a one-stop shop, in house. But I have again a great team of guys that we've been working with continuously, and we have like a great workflow, um, established that kind of helps us manage through all the films one by one, kind of like a pipeline. But the quality is getting better and better with time, and we're elevating with the cast and the budgets, and the productions themselves are just getting to be a little bit more challenging, but at the same time exciting. And you know you can see the results there. um,
right,
they're all new challenges that we embrace, and we
yeah,
just keep putting them out.
right. What camera do you use? Do you use Black Magic or do you use the red? And
It depends. I've used them all. I used a lot of the Aris and the Reds. Even the Super 35 we used recently, and a couple other films. So it depends on what look we're going for. I usually try to keep it very diverse with my style. I approach every film with a different style, with a different look, and every film is different. Based on the stories, the cast, the script, and the style of cinematography and the tone that we want to achieve to be able to tell that story on screen. So I always analyze, all the other elements, and also I go into every film knowing how it's going to look and who I'm making that film for. You have to recognize your audience that you're making that particular film for. I just this year in my five films that I have coming out, every single one of them are different genres, different films for different audiences that
Right, right.
all needed to have a different tone to them. So a lot of you know the technical side of what we decide on the cameras and the editing style to the color palette. I mean, everything, costumes to production design, all determines based on the script, and also, the time setting of the stories, the characters, actors. It's a science behind the whole filmmaking
Yeah,
process.
right, right. How long did it take you to shoot to film Boneyard?
Boneyard was about almost 4 weeks or so. And we have a couple pickups as well to do, but I shoot to edit. I have one thing we've done on Boneyard was we were very well prepped. Even with the post production, we were prepped up, and so it was very streamlined, and I was able to shoot to edit and be able to stay on course of you know the vision I had from paper to screen, which was nice, to be able to do as a director, and be able to play with the resources that we had.
Mm. So, does your partner what does she likes to film? Or have you ever put her in any films?
Oh, my wife, yeah, no, we actually used to work a lot together, before we had our child. But yeah, she's an actress. She actually
Oh,
is
okay.
also a writer. She
Oh,
wrote a script that I think she's going to be making next year. But she's had experience on both sides, behind the camera and in front with me, and,
great.
and we've been together 10 years. So she is definitely my other half, and
That's awesome.
partner on both sides.
See, that's great. And you know why I say it's great? Because you're both in the same industry, and
Yeah,
she understands. You know,
that's a big thing. Yeah, the
she
key is the
understands. Yeah.
understanding. Yeah, and that is definitely the key.
When you say, honey, I'm gonna go shoot this film, I'm gonna be gone for 3 weeks. She understands that. Versus
Right.
someone that doesn't understand the industry, and say you got a nurse for a wife, and you say, honey, I'm gonna be gone for 3 weeks.
Right.
She's scared you're gonna be dead in two.
Right.
Because they don't
And that
understand.
happens a lot. Yeah, that's why
Yeah,
I guess the separation and divorce rate in this industry is so high. Um, it is about the understanding of each other, and our roles and what we do and our careers, and definitely hard for anybody that's outside of this industry to understand what
right,
we have to face day to day. It's like I was saying earlier, it's a 24/7 gig.
right.
There's no timetable. We're on the clock all day, all night. But it comes down to being able to balance it. After all,
Yes,
we're all
yes,
humans, and every relationship needs the time and communication and understanding.
yes, yeah,
So it's very important to have that communication, and even though she may understand what I have to go and do and what I do, but there still has to be a balance of
yes.
communication and understanding day to day, and growing. We're growing together. We've been
Right.
together for 10 years, so we're that's the key, I guess, is to be good friends and best friends,
Yes.
and in the
And
process.
communicate. And
That helps a
communicate.
lot. Right, exactly.
And communicate. Yeah, because I say that to say this because since I'm in the same industry, right? Filming
Right.
and stuff like that, you know, I I would say in the future, if I get into with a partner, I would love for her to be in the industry as well because she would understand. She understands how it goes. You know.
Absolutely, yeah. No, that's definitely beneficial. And I'm not saying it doesn't work when they don't understand, but
Right.
it's easier. And obviously, we're in an industry where when you're on the outside, like again, people think it's all glitz and glamour and fun. People don't realize how much work it really is. Like if
Oh,
you're going out, to say a dinner meeting with producers and whatnot, some people might look at it like, oh, they're going out to dinner or they're going out to have fun. The meeting is, at a nice restaurant, but it's not about the food or the nice restaurant. It's
it's about
about
business.
working and being able to, conduct yourself professionally in that
Yes.
moment. It is still a business meeting, and you're still talking serious business that is not playtime.
Right.
So a lot of times when we're going out on different trips to film movies in great locations, beautiful exotic locations or whatnot, um, it might look like, hey, you're going to Europe to film a movie, or you're going here, and that's great. It's like a vacation, but people don't realize it's complete opposite. When we
Yeah.
go somewhere to shoot a movie, no matter how nice or beautiful the place is and relaxing, we don't get to relax. We don't get to vacation. It's still work, 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 24/7. Sometimes I don't even really get to take a picture. I'm so much on the move. Um, so it's just a lot of mental work as well,
Yes.
more than physical. Sometimes we can be working 14 hours a day, sitting at the desk, on the phone or whatever, nonstop, and then you're just as exhausted as you are when you're spending 16 hours a day on set running around, and it just different every day. And especially me, being a producer, writer, director, and handling post production with the post facility, I'm involved in every phase of making a movie. And so I'm able to, by this time now, juggle different hats. I can wear multiple hats
Right.
in one film, and being able to kind of balance all those out.
Right.
But it takes a village at the end of the day. Like I said, your peers, your team around you, and that involves your wife, or your significant other. And when you're in this business, it just
Right.
takes a group of understanding and support for
Yes.
us to be able to do what we got to do. And sometimes, making these movies, I have to be able to take myself out of reality. At the end of the day, along with the business side of it, we are artists and we do creative work. We create, and we need that headspace and that physical space to
Mm-hmm.
be able to also do that work. So sometimes, I have to save the creative work for late at night, when the whole world shuts down and I'm able to be in my bubble to be able to write something, or
Create.
edit something, or be able to really put in that creative focus.
Right.
So again, that's again finding that balance and time, and prioritizing each phase of filmmaking, timely.
Right. Have you ever done a paranormal movie?
Yeah, actually, the one I did with Terrence Howard and Cuba Gooding Jr. we just finished. That's called Skeletons in the Closet. That's a
Skeleton.
paranormal ghost. Yeah, ghost.
Is that out?
No, that's I believe coming out this Halloween, sometime this Halloween. And then I did another movie called with Tobin Bell. That's a horror movie called The Curse of the Clown Motel, and that's another kind of a supernatural, you know, paranormal film. And I've
Uh,
produced a few other ones as well. And
okay.
uh, yeah, horror's been one of the top genres I've been involved with as well.
Yeah, I love horror movies, especially paranormal stuff. And I asked you, thinking that you didn't, because I was going to ask you, who would you bring in for a paranormal film? Who would you use for a film like that, as far as leading roles?
Well, I can tell you, I mean, I used Terrence Howard was really good,
Okay.
but It depends again on the stories. One of the films I always enjoyed growing up watching was The Sixth Sense. Bruce Willis,
Oh man,
perfect
great
for that
film.
cast. Yeah, it was a great film. So I mean, I think um, that genre is really fun. And horror movies are a lot of fun. Sometimes people say, "Oh, you don't really need the best actors or well-known actors for it." The horror itself is enough. But sometimes I believe like uh, a lot of the good famous actors, you know, love doing horror. They actually enjoy it. Because it gives you room to be openly creative with the characters and the subject matter, because anything science fiction, anything horror, it kind of pushes the boundaries on what we can create. So that's always fun as an artist to play around with that genre. In the other films, like anything romantic or action dramas, they're usually pretty straightforward and have boundaries of what you can't do. So I think it's just fun. Horror movies are just fun because you can push the limits on
Right.
creatively what you can show.
I would love to see you create or direct a superhero film.
Yeah, actually, that's interesting because a lot of people say MR9 is something similar to a superhero. He's a super spy and
Right.
based off of a novel series, and there's a huge fan base behind it. So that's probably the closest I've gotten to superhero. But I mean, who doesn't want to make a superhero movie, right? And especially, I mean, my dream project, I would say, if I had to pick one that's a well-known superhero, would definitely be a Batman movie. I've always
Oh,
loved Batman. Batman's been my
Batman.
favorite superhero, and yeah, the original Batman film with Tim Burton, and Michael Keaton, Jack Nicholson's always been one of my top inspirations.
Right.
Growing up and watching films and wanting to be a filmmaker. So, um, I would love to. I mean, if DC was calling, I'd sign up today, right away, with no
Right.
questions asked.
Right.
If I had to pick, I definitely wanted to do a Batman.
Okay. I love Batman. What would you do different, knowing that you've seen all the Batman movies? What would you do different to make your film unique?
Well, I love the approach that Tim Burton had, because it was dark and it had a supernatural element to it, along with kind of like that mystery and just the darkness with another worldly feel to it, vibe to it.
Right.
You know what I mean? It wasn't. It was just. It felt like he captivated you into
Yes.
the Gotham City that he created, and it was very original, very dark and mysterious. And I haven't seen any of the other films be able to recreate that. Some of them after that, like Batman Forever and Batman and Robin, they kind of went more of the childish comical
Yeah.
route and
Yeah.
colorful. Then you had Batman Beyond, which was the Christopher Nolan Batmans. They were very like more dramatic, and close to realism. And then the other ones after that just started to get silly, in my opinion, and they were too much fantasy and cartoonish, like.
Yes.
But I think it was a very smart move for them to bring back the Michael Keaton Batman with Flash and kind of you know bring that back for the fans and the audience, because I think overall the majority of the audiences love the Tim Burton style
Right.
that he had taken. So I think mine would be more of an approach closer to what Tim Burton did, and keeping it serious and dark and mysterious, and at times making it feel like it could be a horror movie too. You know.
Right. Yeah. I would like. I would like to see you direct a Batman movie, and you writing it. I want to see where you go with it. You know, if you was to write a Batman film, I want to see where you go with it. You know what I mean?
Oh, I would
Um,
love to. Yeah,
that would be great.
that would be a dream project for sure.
Yeah. What about like an Aquaman film?
Um, you know what? I mean, to be honest with you, like the first one they did recently, with Jason Momoa, but
Yeah,
I've never really been too much of an Aquaman fan. I
me
feel like
neither.
there's, I don't know, it was too close to that character even in the new Black Panther, and then um, I remember watching the cartoons growing up and all. But it's just, to me, it was too much like the Little Mermaid, and just I never caught on with it. But I mean,
uh,
Batman, Superman, those have
yes.
always been my jam. And then Spider Man, I love.
Oh,
That
Spider-Man,
was another one
definitely.
from Marvel. I used to love the X Men. Um,
Yes, yes, yes.
so you know, there's definitely some specific ones. Like the Hulk was one of my top
Oh,
favorite as
I was
well.
about to say
I would
that the
love to
whole.
do a Hulk movie too. I mean but how do you top the original, series with Lou Ferrigno? That's always
Oh,
been kind of I've always missed the practical Hulk. The CG
yeah,
stuff just didn't work for me.
yeah, yeah, yeah. You won't like me when I'm angry.
Yeah,
You remember that one when the original Hulk?
yeah, yeah. And
I
then the
forgot his
TV, I
name.
actually like the TV show better than even the movie.
Yes, the TV show.
The
Yeah,
TV show is with Lou Ferrigno, and that was classic. Still, it is. I mean, it holds up still.
that would be amazing to do like fabric. Do another Hulk, but like it was original. You know
Right,
what I mean? Like
right, with a real person, and
right, a new version. That would be
right,
amazing.
right. No, I hear you. I would love to see that, but unfortunately, I think they've gone too far, out with all the CG and everything they do nowadays. Like that She-Hulk, series that
Oh,
came out. Who I tried watching a little bit of the first episode, just couldn't get into it. It's too much, too cartoonish and silly. Now they made it comical, and I don't think it works.
right. It's funny you say that because like I'm a creator, right? I'm always thinking of what else to do or what's new. And I've been for the past couple of days, I've been thinking about a superhero. What superhero can I come up with that nobody has came up with? And what would that character be like? I've been giving that self, I've been thinking about that character for a couple of
Okay.
days now. I'm still thinking, but I'm gonna
Yeah.
come out with a character that nobody have ever seen, and he's gonna have some type of special powers. What powers I don't know, but I'm still
Yeah.
thinking.
Yeah. Well, I'll keep thinking, and it'd be great to hopefully see you get that made.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. So, you're putting out amazing movies with Michael J. White and Mel Gibson, 50 Cent, and Frank Grillo. Um, what what actor would you want to pull in on your next project?
Oh man. I definitely have a big list of you know people, but I mean, I would love to work with Keanu Reeves. Heard
Oh,
nothing but
Keanu
great things
Reeves.
about him. Um, some of
Keanu
my
Reeves is amazing.
other childhood heroes. I've worked with some already, and I would love to work with maybe Sylvester Stallone, Arnold
Oh,
Schwarzenegger,
yes.
some other greats. Like Morgan Freeman,
Right.
those kinds of actors.
Yeah. Keanu Reeves, man. Action movies, man. He be killing it. He got that Wick. What is it? Wick.
Yeah, John Wick. Yeah, I mean
Oh
that's
man, I
he's very
seen.
versatile, and he
Yeah.
he has a big range.
Yes, yes. I would love. I loved all his. The first, the second, and the third. I watched them
Right.
all, and he's every time I see one, he gets better and better and better at what he does. And oops, sorry guys, we lost him. Oh, there you go.
Oh, sorry, I think that was the alarm on my next our next meeting
Okay,
there coming up. So
okay. So, where can people find you? Or find your films again? What website can they go to and watch your films?
so Mojave Diamonds just came out yesterday, so that's available all over wherever you can find DVDs and download digital and VOD films. And Commando's been out for a while. You can go on my IMDb. site, Asif Akbar, on IMDb, and see the list of films from my past, current, and future coming up. And whatever catches your eyes, you can type in the title and put in watch, The Commando by Asif Akbar, or watch Mojave Diamonds, or watch Ace and the Christmas Miracle, whatever it is. And it usually gives you a list of platforms and places you can find that movie. Um, Otherwise, you can go on any streamers like Amazon, Tubi, wherever, and type in my name under search. And sometimes, if they have my movies, those will pop up as well.
Right. So folks, stay tuned for Boneyard with Mel Gibson and 50 Cent. That'll come out next year, 2024. I can't wait to see your work. I can't wait to see it.
Thank you. Thank
Because
you.
uh, I'm gonna watch the movie, but I'm gonna watch the way you put everything together. Your cuts, your angles, your shots. Because I'm an actor and I want to play both sides of the fence. I just don't want to act. I want to produce. I
Right,
want to
right, right.
direct someday. So I want to see how you work the camera because it'll help me.
No, absolutely. Yeah, and it's definitely a science, behind every move we take in making a
Right.
movie. So it is interesting, especially when you're an actor too. I remember I started off as an actor in my young years, and um, getting to know the full scope of what it takes to make a movie and seeing the behind the scenes stuff and how it all comes together helped me a lot, and vice versa. I mean, being an actor helped me understand the other side. So the more you understand of every step that it takes to make a movie, or you know how it's all put together, the better you'll be at what you want to do in it. You'll be a better actor or a better director, better, cinematographer, whatever it is. The more knowledge is power in what we do. And
Right.
you don't have to be the best at everything, but as
Right.
long as you have an idea of it and can understand that skill set, you'll appreciate it and see it in a way that will make your job easier.
Right. Right. Man, I see if I can't wait to see. I'm, once I get out of here, I'm going right to my TV. I'm going to watch some of your films because
Yeah, please
you
do,
know
and let me know what you think. I'd love to hear feedback. I always love hearing, the audience's feedback, whether they're good or bad.
right.
It's that's part of our job.
That's right. I'm definitely going to give you some feedback on some. I'm going to watch MR9, Do or Die. And
That one's going to come out in a few months, and I think end of August we're looking
August.
at
Hold
right
on, let
now.
me write
Yeah,
August.
so that's in post production now. So
This is in
Mojave
post
Diamonds
production.
just released yesterday. The Commandos out there. Some of my other movies, like Ace and the Christmas Miracle, which is a Christmas
Okay.
kids movie, came out last
Okay.
year, and
And
some other ones from the past you can check out for sure.
and Skeleton in the Closet too. That's out.
That one's coming out, I think, this Halloween or
Okay.
sometime this.
And the Curse of the Clown Hotel, is that out?
That one is also pending release, so that'll be coming out, I think, sometime later this year.
Oh boy, you coming out smoking. You got film after film after. This is amazing. I love it. Well, I am honored to always have you on the show. This is your platform. Anytime you want to come here and promote anything that you're doing, you're welcome. You know, uh, and
Well, thank you, Rick.
I'm
It's a pleasure,
yeah,
and always have fun with you.
yeah. And I thank you so much for coming on the show. I wish you the best. And keep bringing out those movies, man. Keep putting out those
Thank you,
great
man.
movies.
Thank
And
you. Thank you for having me, and best of luck with you too, with your acting and the
thank
show
you.
and everything else you got going on, and definitely make up that superhero. We want to see that.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, yeah.
We might see each other one day on set somewhere around.
I'm sure it's a very small world, but a very small industry as well. So I have no doubt.
That's right. Okay, well, thank you, Asif, for coming on the show. Um, Again, anytime you want to
Yep.
come on the show, you're welcome. And
Thank you,
and I'll
Rick. I
see you.
appreciate it.
Yes, and when these stuffs come out, when these films, whatever you want to promote them, let me know. We'll bring you back here
Oh
and you
yeah,
can.
absolutely. Yeah, we'll keep you posted.
Okay. So have a
Okay.
good night
All right.
and
Thank you. You
talk to
too.
you soon.
Take care.
All right.
Bye
Ciao.
bye.
Bye. Yes, folks. Yes, that's Asif Akbar, film director, producer. This guy, listen, folks. This guy is amazing. Thank you, Freddie, my man, Freddie. What's up, baby boy? So, the amazing part of all this is that, you never know who you bump into or who you're gonna meet, right? And I have the honor to meet amazing directors that have put out movies that you and I have, seen when we were young. And now at the age that I am today, I find out who the directors or who the people behind these movies are. And let me tell you, it's an honor for me to know them, you know, um, because they create such great films. You know, Boneyard is coming out next year. It's already filmed. That's what Mel Gibson and 50 Cent and my brother Asif Akbar directed that film. You know, so we talking about high caliber actors here. Okay, Michael J. White. You know, another amazing actor. Frank Grillo. Uh, ABM. Uh, what is it? ABM. Suman. ABM Suman, also another great actor. And these people are in these films. You know, Majove Diamonds, that comes out next year or the end of this year. Um, Outlaw Johnny Black, that's with Michael J. White. That's in sometime in September of this year. So, folks, I'm honored, and this is what hard work brings you to. You know, you put in the work and you get the people that you want on your show, or you get to meet them in person, or you get to work with them in the filming industry. And I love what I do because you never know when you're gonna meet people, right? And me and Asif Akbar been friends since last year. This is the second time on my show. You know, so if I ever go out to do a film and he's there, man, I'm gonna feel real comfortable. I'm gonna feel comfortable. I know the director. You know what I'm saying? So it's always good to know people. Because sometimes you go film a movie and you don't know nobody. You just there. You got casted. You do it. You're there. You're going to go there to do your scene, and you don't really know nobody. Unless you're that type of person that likes to talk to people and make friends. That's cool, but you still don't really know them. But when you know them, like I know a lot of these directors and actors, if I pull up to a scene, whoever I see there that I know, I know. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be like, oh man, give him. It may be a hug, it might be a female, it might be one of the guys that been on my show, or one of the cats that I've done films with before. You know, so the feeling is phenomenal. I'm trying to tell you. And if I don't know if a lot of you ever did any filming or acting, this is so fun. It's so fun to do. I enjoy it, and I like to see the project after it's done. Actually sitting at the theater watching yourself on screen. You know, that's a wonderful feeling, and you pick up on stuff watching yourself, what you can do and can do better. So you learn how to become a better actor. So I love it, hands down. You know what I mean? I love it hands down. Um, love you too, Fred. You already know, Fred. You already know. So, folks, Desert Fiends, which is the movie that I was in Las Vegas a couple months ago, you know, it's a great film. I mean, it's a great uh, movie. Again, there's plenty of celebrities in that film, along a great actors as well. Uh, Nicole Vegas being a producer, she's also an actress in this film. Chauncey Phillip did a great job directing, along with forgot his name. Is it Charles or James? I forgot the other assistant director's name, but Michael. I think it's Michael. He did a phenomenal job. You know, and I can't wait for you guys to see this movie. You know, and again, you never know what's going to happen on set. You never know what's going to happen on set. You know, you guys know I went there just to do an extra, and I ended up getting a speaking role. So you never know what's going to happen when you go to these movie sets. One minute you can be a background, or they might switch everything around and say, you know what? Now you're not a background. Now you got a speaking role. Now you're gonna do this and you're gonna do that. You be like, holy crap. So you always gotta be prepared for whatever comes when you're on set. In my case, someone got sick. You know, the person that I took his place got sick, got COVID or whatever it happened to him. And the director and the producer, Nicole, came to me and said, hey, we got this opportunity for you. You want it? We think you fit the role. I said yes. I didn't know what was coming. I had no idea what I was getting into, but I said yes because, you got to take these opportunities, right? Either you're going to suck on it or you're going to do the best. Unfortunately for me, I did great. They were happy with my performance, so that's the end of it. But I can't wait for the movie to come out. The premiere is going to be out in Las Vegas. I'm not sure when. I'm pretty sure Nicole will let us know when the premiere will be for Desert Fiends. But other than that, there was so many people in this film that I met that are now doing other things. Curve Waters is a film that's coming out. We got Elizabeth Chambers, an amazing actress, and a very cool young lady. She was on my show. Met her father. They're both phenomenal. They're from Canada. My boy Riley Chase from Ohio. He's in this film. I believe Donna Lee Hastings is in this film. Who else? Warren. Warren is in this film. So I know a few actors already that are going to be in this pirate movie. So I'm excited for them, and the thing about me, right, is that I want everybody to win. I want to see them uplift and win, because if they win, I win. You know what I mean? Because that's the circle that I'm involved in. So whenever there's going to be an opportunity for me, it's going to be there. So like Asif said, you have to be patient. Patient is key. No matter how bad you want it, you got to wait your turn. And that's what I've learned, being patient. Like I said, I know a lot of directors. I can be calling them and saying, hey, can I get in your movie? Hey, can I get in your movie? But that's not what I do. You know what I mean? They do what they do. A lot of them know who I am. If they create a character that fits me and they think that I can play the role, then I'm pretty sure I'm going to get that call. You know what I'm saying? So it's all patient, man. You got to be patient if you want to become an actor. Because you may want it, to do it today, but it's not today. It's whenever you fit a role. You know what I mean? Whenever, a lot of people do auditions and a lot of people don't get it because they don't fit the character. You know what I mean? And they can be great actors. They can be great actors, but if they don't fit the character that they're looking for, they don't have the look, that they're looking for, then there's no need. It don't matter how good you can do the part, unless they change the character to look kind of like you. It all depends on the director and the producer how they want to do it. But pretty much they kind of roll with what they got already. But I'm excited. For Asif Akbar for creating these amazing films. So look out for Boneyard with Mel Gibson and 50 Cent coming out 2024. Look out for Outlaw Johnny Black in September with Michael J. White. MR9 Do or Die with, again, Michael J. White, Frank Grillo, and ABS Suman is in this film along with some other actors. And Jovan Diamonds, Mojave Diamonds, comes out, I think, next year or the end of this year. So, folks, thank you guys for watching, man. You guys are phenomenal. Thank you for the support, supporting my guests, supporting the show. And remember to share, because sharing is caring. Big shout out to my man IG, Codes IG. Big shout out to Brent Gaskin, my man, my brother for life, Freddie Hernandez. Freddie, if you see Junior, tell him I love him, man. Man, I love for Junior. My brother Sam Rivera and his wife, Bev. For those that don't know who Sam Rivera is, Sam Rivera used to work for NASA. And he used to help build the rockets, the engines. So this guy, he saw brains. And he's Puerto Rican, from Puerto Rico. Vaya mi gente! Big shout out to David J. Paul, also a great actor, working with my friend Mary. They got their team together. They're working on a production, and soon they'll be working and putting out work. So make sure you guys tune in, as well. My brother Brandon Crody, Paranormal. Make sure you guys follow him as well. And with that being said, man, I want to thank my YouTubers for watching. I want to thank my Parapost family for watching. Love you guys. Anthony as well. Make sure you guys follow Anthony. And I'll see you guys Sunday. Sunday, I got a former athlete, pro athlete coming. He's a director. He's a writer. And he'll be on the show on Sunday at 7 p.m. So make sure you guys tune in. This is going to be an interesting interview because this guy is a director as well. We're going to find out what he's been working on and what he's been doing in the industry. Okay. Also, big shout out to my brother Cody Falk, which is working on the movie The Crow out in Baltimore. And I will be playing extra in that film. One of my favorite films that I grew up in watching was The Crow with Brandon Lee. May he rest in peace, with his father, Bruce Lee. And he gave me an opportunity to be a part of this amazing, amazing film. I can't wait to work with him. Also, big shout out to my man, Matt Clark, and his wife as well. Angry Troll Studios. Big shout out to Angry Troll Studios. Big shout out to Matt and his wife and his whole team, his crew. He's working on a film too called STZ. Okay. And that will probably be he'll probably be working on that this month or next month as well. So make sure you guys follow Angry Trolls, okay, Productions. So with that being said, thank you guys for watching. Love you guys. And I'll see you guys Sunday. Make sure you guys tune in and show the love. Okay? And everyone have a good night. And I'm going to leave y'all with peace, love, and respect. And I'm out of here.